Hi, how are you? So it is Money Monday, and we have some awesome stuff planned for you today. And the first thing is that we are going to talk about investing today. And not just any type of investing, but we're actually going to talk to you about investing on a budget and when you don't have a ton of cash. Um, and we have an awesome special guest today. We have Bernard, who is going to come on a little bit, and he's going to introduce himself to you. He's this amazingly talented entrepreneur and freelancer. Um, and I can't wait for you to meet him and hear about all of the exciting stuff that he has going on, and even hear some stuff about how he invests. All right, so I am going to bring him on. Hi,
Hello, hello, hello.
how are you?
I am well. I've had a pretty good day. I've done some spring cleaning, even though I still have a lot to go.
Oh, that's amazing. I wish I was a little bit further on with my spring cleaning. Ooh, give me 1 second. Sorry, a bunch of stuff going on today. I'm gonna preempt this live by saying I've had a pretty hectic day, and so I may be slightly frazzled. It's like this is real life, people. Not everything goes.
Listen,
Yeah, like not
this is
everything
what it
goes to
is.
plan. Exactly. So, Bernard, why don't you tell everybody about yourself and what you do? And I know you're an amazing opera singer and super talented and like a freelancer, and you do a million different things. So,
So basically, I'm amazing.
yes, you are.
I was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan, in the Midwest, and I started studying music. Well, first of all, I'm from a musical family. And so my father sang, my mother played the organ a little bit, and I was really inspired by my father's brother, my uncle. Their mom died when he was 16, but he decided at the age of 28 to go back and get his high school degree, and then at the age of 30, announced to the family that he wanted to be an opera singer and that he was going to go to college to be an opera singer. And they were like, "You're nuts. There's no such thing as a black man that sings opera." And he did, and he invited us to all his performances, and my mom wanted me to be exposed to that, so she took me to these performances, and I didn't like it at first, you know. But when I got to high school, I started studying voice seriously, and I ended up going to one of the best boarding arts high schools in the country, Interlochen Arts Academy, and then I just took it from there, and I've lived in Rochester, New York. I lived in Chicago for a time, and now for the past 6 years, I've lived in New York City, and it's really exciting. I've had a number of jobs, including a lot in the restaurant industry as an assistant manager, a bartender, a waiter, and I currently drive for Uber, sometimes Lyft, and Via here in New York City. And I'm also a motivational speaker. So I started a page about 2.5 years ago called Damon Speaks, where every day I give up to a minute or so of my thoughts, and I love to inspire people through my story. And I am in turn inspired by inspiring others.
Oh, that is so amazing. And I was just like totally commiserating with you about working in restaurants. I actually love in my business, like I love hiring people that have worked in restaurants because I feel
Mm,
like there's no other way to like get that kind of experience of like being like hustling all the time and like having to be on
yeah.
your feet and like dealing with all of the personalities that come into a restaurant. Like after working in a restaurant, like you could do anything. You're like a
Yeah.
superhuman.
Absolutely. Actually, one of my friends just started watching. Shout out to Robert. He worked with me at this restaurant in New York City. So I know the struggle. And there's nothing quite like it. There's nothing like that training to prepare you for that job.
Yeah, there is no training. Like they just throw you in there and you're like, oh crap, like orders are coming, people are screaming, there's a baby crying in the side, this table needs fucking silverware. Like there is no better multitasker than a waiter. Like it is just it doesn't get any better than that. So
I
I
don't
like
miss it. I'll say that.
yeah, no, I don't miss it either. I worked in it. I worked in restaurants for so many years, but I do tend to like if I see that on a resume, I'm like, all right, I'll give them a shot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, okay, getting back to Money Monday, which is why we're here, and talking. Hell yeah, talking about money. And so today is all about investing, and when I like to think about investing, especially if you're on a budget or if you don't have a ton of extra cash laying around, I like to really think about this type of investing called dollar cost averaging, which is
Mm.
basically investing small amounts over a regular period of time. Basically, like every week, every month, you pick a small amount that you're not going to miss, and that's the
Mm.
amount that you invest. And over time, it you get the benefits of the compounding interest. You're investing, you're moving forward, but you're not trying to time the market because
Mm-hmm.
like this is people's full-time job. Like you are not going to as like an investor that doesn't have that kind of time to sit and watch stocks and be on the forefront of every single little piece of news to see what you're going to buy. Like I say if you're not going to do that, then just don't bother trying to time the market. Like sometimes you'll buy when it's high, sometimes you'll buy when it's low,
Mm.
but overall, it's going to work out in your benefit and you're going to have a nice little nest egg. And I always think of like that saying where if you wait until it's perfect, you've waited too long.
Ciao.
So like don't that's my advice today. Like don't wait until it's perfect. Don't wait until you have a giant chunk of change because that day is not going to come. And if it does
Mm.
come, you're going to have something
Mm.
else that needs to be done with that chunk of change.
You're telling the truth.
So I say just start today, even if it's $1, even if it's $5, just do it. Just start on the regular, keep moving forward. Um, so that's like my Money Monday tip. And I wanted to ask you if you've have any like money stories or any investment stories that you want to share with us.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So over the summer, I had a really great job working at the Seattle Opera, and I made really good money. Like I had never made this amount of money before. And so I was talking to a family member, and they convinced me because, this family member had worked in banking before, and of course had worked for brokerage firms and everything. So I trusted that my money would be safe with this person. And of course, I was warned that, investing can be very tricky, and you can lose everything. And so I invested a good amount of money with this person because I was looking for a quick fix. I didn't want to, or maybe I wasn't even really aware of the increments, the small increments that build into something massive. But anyway, I ended up losing it. And so that left a bad taste in my mouth. And so I've been kind of disillusioned, and I don't really know where to start as far as investing now,
Yeah.
you know?
So yeah, it really sucks, and especially that it was a family member because I've had, similar stories where I've also, well, I have a general rule of like, if I feel like I'm gonna miss that money or it's gonna really hurt if I lose it, then I'm not going to invest it. Like I only invest what I'm super comfortable with, like being like, I don't need that.
Hmm.
But I did have an occasion where I almost invested based on like a family member's recommendation. Um, and at the last minute, I pulled out, thankfully, and the people that did invest lost. And because that person, like, it was like a whole big story. That person turned over to another person who mishandled the fund, and it was just like it spiraled out of control. And I felt like I had dodged a bullet, and I've
Mm-hmm.
learned, like, in my life to, like, it's horrible to say, but when you talk about your, money and family, I try not to mix it. Money, family, and friends, like with investing,
Yeah.
with loans. I know it's horrible to be like that, but
Even the small ones, even like $50. Now I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm not able.
yeah.
I'm not able.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if I'm gonna do it, I feel like I do gifts. Like
Mm.
I think about it mentally as, okay, this is a gift. So if they give it to me back, awesome, and they're an awesome friend. If they don't, then in my
It
mind
was a
it
gift.
was a gift. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because you just, I don't know, people sometimes get shady when it comes to money. And that's what I want to try to get us away from, because it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have to be like this. And the same
Yeah.
thing I know, with loans, like, I hate when people, like, wait till, like, they got a big chunk of change to pay it back. Just pay me little amounts, and then I'll feel good, like it's happening, like we're moving forward. So I've just learned, like, don't mix family and money. Um, the only time, I guess, is that if you're in a couple and it's your significant other, and that's a whole different ball game. Um, but I was a little crazy even with that when I was
Oh my goodness.
so
There's really something to this little increment thing, whether it's investing, which is what we're talking about tonight, or loans. Like there have been people that I borrowed something from and something happened and I wasn't able to pay them back. And so I learned in those situations to at least communicate,
yeah.
and then make small payments along the way.
Yes. Yeah. And I also, I just want to open this up to the audience. Like, if anyone is watching and has any questions for either Bernard or I about investing, about opera, about life, about his amazing motivational speaking, like, now is the time. Start commenting, and we will get to your questions for sure. Um, but yeah, I'm like such a huge proponent of the small increments thing. Like, I even do
Mhm.
that for my Roth IRA. Like, I don't
Mm.
I don't wait till the end of the year and then put in, like, the 5,500 that I'm allowed to put in. Like, I am putting it in every single month. Like, I have it set as an automatic transfer. I use Vanguard. They take it right out of my bank account, put it right into the funds, and I went a little crazy, and when I originally started my investments, so there's a site called Morningstar, and I basically went and I researched all these different funds and their ratings, and so I'll give you, like, a few pro tips. So ratings, you want to look at ratings, but you also want to look at how long the fund has been managed by the same person.
Mm.
Because if it's been managed a long time by the same person, that means they're doing a really good job. It's when,
Ah.
yeah, it's when the fund is not doing well that they switch over to try somebody else to manage it. So
Got it.
you can actually look and see what the length of time that person has been managing the fund. And
Mm-hmm.
I tend to gravitate towards, like, funds that mimic the market, so that it's really, you get, like, a nice diverse mix of stocks within the funds. Um, yeah, I think that's important for people that aren't, like, watching individual stocks all the time, and you don't have, like, a crazy tip on this one thing. Like, just pick some funds, maybe some retirement target date funds, some real estate funds, and do your research.
Mm. What would you say is the best way to do? Because someone like me, like I'm a novice. So where should I start? I know you talked about Morningstar, but like what sites or where should I be looking for this information?
So you can look at sites like Morningstar. I personally like Vanguard, just because they have some of the lowest rates as far
Okay.
as buying and selling your stocks. And I would say look at like the ETFs, look at the mutual funds, and they have some that are their funds, you know? So look into those and then check their ratings on Morningstar. Um, and try to go for like things you know. So if you know tech, then look into some tech
Mm.
funds. Like
Mm.
go into
Mm.
like
Mm.
things that you know. Don't try to go for like the unicorns, like those whatever companies that are like about to blow. Um, because sometimes they go in the opposite direction. But look for something that has like a nice mix of different things. I know some people are super into real estate. I was in real estate for a while, and so that's why I gravitated towards real estate investment trusts. Like it
Mm.
was just something I knew. You want to check the performance over a long period of time. And like the other thing with investing is you got to let it sit and like not freak out. Like you just have to
Sit.
like let it sit. Yeah, like invest and then let it be there. Like don't
I'm
freak
not good
out.
at that.
I know, it's so hard. And that's why I say small amounts because small amounts
Ah,
like you're not going to notice. You're not going to need them, you know? Like you're not going to need that $10. So just let
you're
it
right.
be
You're
there.
right. You're right.
Everybody, I used to tell this to people, especially that, um, especially smokers. I was like, if you have $13 to throw down on a pack of cigarettes, you cannot tell me you don't have $13 to put in the stock market or $13 to put in your savings account. Like,
Right. That's true. That's true. That's true.
yeah, so I feel like people spend like $5 on such bullshit every week. I know I do the same thing. Like I'm gonna buy a coffee for $5 at Starbucks. It
Hmm.
happens. Like, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I'm also gonna throw $5 into an investment
Right.
and make sure that that money starts working for me because really that's the goal is to the way that you become wealthy, the way that you accumulate wealth, the way that they've done that people have accumulated like this generational wealth is by
Mm.
making,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're making their money work for them. And if it's sitting in your checking account, it's not fucking working for you.
It ain't doing nothing.
Nope.
Okay. Okay.
So there are also, I wanted to say, there are also like investment apps, which are really awesome. And there, a lot of them are robo investors, which basically that means like a robot is picking stocks for you. And you can put these really small amounts into them. Um, and I'll comment with some of those apps in the comments on this video so that people can look that up. But like there are some apps I think that even invest like your change, you know?
Yes, I've seen a couple of those
Yeah, I'm
actually.
like I'm so frazzled today that I can't remember the names, but I'm gonna like get I'm gonna go through my list after this and I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna put all of these apps in the comments so that you can see, because that is a great way to start investing small amounts and to not even have to think about picking the stocks. There's a really great one for women. It's for women by women.
Okay, ladies.
Yes, it's called Ellevest, and I use it, and I have an account there called Yes Me. And it
I
is,
love it.
yeah, it is so awesome. And it basically, it's a robo investor, picks the stocks. I basically said, what do I want to invest in? So I wanted to invest in things that were socially conscious, that third world countries, like led to the empowerment of women and, the populations that have been held down and ignored. Those are the kind of things that the robo investor is investing in for me, which is, I thought it was really cool that I could pick something like that and have, some computer algorithm pick out stocks for me that are, supporting third world countries and like entrepreneurship in third world countries. It's pretty amazing.
That is so cool. So, what you're basically telling me right now is that there's no excuse to not be investing, no
Yeah.
matter how much money you have or how much you don't have, because technology is amazing.
Yes.
And we live in this time period where there are these, robo investors and apps, and there's education everywhere for us. And we
Yeah.
can come to you, and yeah,
Yeah. That's
I got it.
exactly what I'm telling you. Like
I got it.
you hit it on the dot. Like there's no excuse.
Mm.
I keep coming back to this, like, because I'm obsessed with sharks. I keep coming back to this, like, just keep swimming.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Like, you
Mm-hmm.
just have to keep moving forward. Do not move back. Just a little bit at a time. You just keep swimming, and
Yeah.
it'll all work out.
Yeah.
So,
I believe that too.
yeah. So don't feel. I know it's really tough. Don't feel disheartened about what happened, with your family member. Try not to hold it against them.
I know. I know. Actually, we have a great relationship, and so I haven't held it against him, and but I've learned, and being on this live is a way to kind of overcome that and educate myself. And I have been making strides. Like, I have an accountability buddy, and we're saving by the week. Like, week one of the year was $1, week two $2, and so now I have $136
Woo!
saved. That's in an untouchable account.
Oh
And
my
it's
God.
a small increment thing.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
life for
It's
somebody like
real.
me that's a freelancer that doesn't get necessarily regular, pay.
Yeah, that's amazing. You said two amazing things. One is you got an accountability buddy. So like everybody should have accountability buddies. Like I have
Mm.
multiple for different things. I have I literally Shane Coleman, who's also in this she's in my righteous revenue group. She'll probably be like watching this video later. She is my sales accountability buddy. We get together every Wednesday and we force each other to like work on our sales and
Mm.
creating content and putting things together, and just brainstorming like new creative ideas, how to change our business, how to grow our business. Um, Sarah Romulo, who's also, I think I see you watching, Sarah. Um, so she was my publicity accountability buddy, and she's also the owner of my gym. So she also keeps me
Mm.
super accountable for working
Okay.
out. And like I'm telling you, it's all about accountability buddies. It's all about somebody that can push you and you push
Mhm.
them to just be better. It's about
Yeah.
growing together.
Because without that, it will be really easy for me to say, "Oh, I'll skip this week," or
Yeah.
"I'm not going to do it this week," and then I look up and I have no money saved.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why when
Yeah.
you have somebody looking over your shoulder, you're like, "Oh, yeah, I really have to do something because I'm about to meet with them and I need to show something for this entire week."
Yeah. We actually send screenshots. Like, we screenshot and it's like, this is what I put into my account this week.
Technology.
Technology.
Like use it, people. It's amazing. I use my
Yeah.
phone and my iPad for everything. Everything. I take pictures of receipts. I
Mm.
like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the whole nine yards. I have apps for everything. I don't understand how people do how we did it without smartphones, because like it has made my life so easy. So
Yeah.
easy. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So, um we're gonna, I really, 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 really am so grateful that you came on, and I really enjoyed talking to you, and you're amazing, and I hope that everybody reaches out for you. How can they get in contact with you? What's your social?
So here on Facebook, all you have to search is for Damon Speaks, Damon. Last name Speaks. I do know how to spell, I think. And if you're on Instagram or Twitter, it's Damon_speaks. Come check me out. I would love to, vibe with you and for you to watch my videos and for us to, inspire each other.
Yay! And if you guys want accountability buddies, also comment on this video, and I'm going to try to hook some people up, get you guys some money accountability buddies,
Yeah.
and get you on the road to investing. That being said, I just want to end by saying, like, guys, I'm super freaking excited for DragCon. It is like,
Oh!
yes, so that's the other thing. Financial Sharktress has a booth at DragCon LA. I'll be there May 23rd through the 27th. It is
Nice.
going to be epic. Just had my first costume designed, and I'm picking it up tomorrow because I am going to be doing a photo shoot on Wednesday to have new images to
That's
promote
amazing.
DragCon, and I'm so
That's
freaking excited.
amazing. I'm really excited also because I'm going to be in LA. I'm going to be in the LA area. I
Oh my
just
god!
realized this. May 13th through June 23rd, I'm actually going to be at Long Beach Opera doing a brand new show.
Whoa!
So maybe I'll come and check you out at DragCon.
Yes, please come and check me out at DragCon. It's going to be amazing. You have no
Sweet,
idea.
sweet,
Like, we have
sweet.
so many things planned. The other thing is, don't forget about Sharktra Success School. It is all mini courses on financial literacy, and it's really a self-study type of environment where you can just pick the course that you want to learn, the thing that you want to learn about, and we've got everything from like setting yourself for an abundant mindset to budgeting or deciding what are your needs versus your wants versus like the things you must have. So get on that. Anybody who hasn't checked out Sharktra Success School, I will also post that in the comments. And once again, Bernard, you have been amazing. Have
Gayle, it's such a pleasure.
Thanks. Have a great night, and we will talk soon. And I will see
All
you in
right.
LA.
I'll see you in LA. Bye.
Bye.